Hello, so this is managing your emotions at work. Imagine for a moment a boiling pan of water on a gas stove. What happens if the pan boils over? If the fuel is running too high under the pan, the water inside the pan bubbles. The pan lid can no longer contain the water, so it spills over, eventually putting out the gas flame. Now, if we take our own emotions, what influences them in emotional control? You can compare this boiling pan to day-to-day managing of our own emotions. You could consider the gas our fuel, or the aspects that drive our emotions, like pressure at work. The lid our emotional control, and what on most occasions keeps our emotional reactions under check. And the water itself is our emotions. With that in mind, if there's too much pressure or stressors fueling our emotions inside the pot at one time, our emotional control can struggle to control and stay respectively under the surface, and can result in the pouring out of emotions without control. Emotions play an important role in day-to-day life, and this also accounts for working life too. Emotions are important as they help us understand others, our reactions to situations. Emotions themselves are by no means a bad thing and shouldn't be controlled to the point that they are suppressed. This can be unhealthy and cause problems down the line, at work or in our own life outside work. However, it is sometimes more appropriate to manage these emotions so an unnecessary buildup, outburst, or spillover emotion doesn't occur. So, emotional intelligence. Something that greatly impacts how we control our own emotions is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence can be defined as the capacity to be aware of, control, and express emotions, as well as possessing the ability to maintain relationships with empathy. Goleman categorized this into 4 categories: self-awareness, self-regulation, social awareness, and relationship management. As it's widely known, EQ is often regarded as being associated to job success more so than IQ alone. The aspect of emotional intelligence that's most important when talking about managing your emotions is the recognition of our own emotions, as well as the ability to filter and control these. Higher effective emotional intelligence, as opposed to cognitive, can allow an individual to recognize emotions in others and accurately label them in themselves. The awareness itself greatly contributes to being able to control the emotion, but highly emotional intelligent people also possess the capacity to mediate the emotions in themselves and how they are portrayed to those around them. There's an argument for whether EQ is an innate capability that we are born with or whether it's something that we can be learned. So, tips for managing your emotions. From the moment control to general maintenance, here are some tips to managing your emotions at work. So 1, just take 4 deep breaths. Taking a deep breath has shown to be sufficient to disrupt your fight or flight reaction and calm you down in a moment of non-calm. 2, mindfulness. Mindfulness is now well known for its benefits through regular practice to aid positive well-being, sleep management, etc. And so it probably comes to no surprise that this is a great tool for becoming more centered and more in control of your emotions if a stressful moment ever does arise. 3, try reframing. Label the emotion or mood. The more specific you can be, the more effective this is. Then briefly experience the emotion and let it go. Cognitive reappraisal. Reframe the emotion and change your interpretation of the meaning of the event that caused the emotion. So, for example, imagine you arrange a meeting with somebody at their office. When the day comes, you arrive and they aren't on site today. Your response and thought process might be, the client doesn't want to meet me, but if we reframe it, maybe she forgot, or maybe something came up last minute. 4, think about how to increase your own emotional intelligence. Try to have more empathy for others by putting yourself in their position. Increase your self-awareness and see how others see you and respond instead of reacting to conflict. Understanding the difference in behavioral styles can help with this. These are just a couple of examples of how you can aim to improve your emotional intelligence. So that's it for this video. Thanks for listening.